Hi everyone, welcome back to Colleen's Cozy Corner. So we have a bit of a different angle today, and that is because we are starting our first project of the channel. So I know I mentioned in my haul video that I was going to be making a headscarf that is a more neutral color, similar to the blue one I have. So that's what I'm going to get started today. So we're going to break open this yarn and get started. I personally do not cake all of my yarn. I usually cake my yarn when I'm finished with the project. I don't know, to me it just takes so long, and at least with these ones they fall apart pretty easily, so there's no reason to cake it. But I do have right here just off screen this. I just bought this for myself recently so I can hang the yarn on this and then it'll pull nicely. So I have that just off screen. I'm gonna put the yarn on. This yarn, so it's a loops and thread. It is 100% acrylic. It does recommend using a 6mm hook. I usually like to size down, so I am using a 5mm. I don't know if you can see that. And yeah, I'm just gonna get started. I don't usually count stitches for my projects. I usually just kind of like measure, and however long it is, like whatever length I like, that's where I kind of leave it at, unless I'm doing some kind of tapestry for where like the number matters. But when I'm making something like a scarf or a blanket, it doesn't really matter. I should probably show you guys what I'm doing. Let me come a little closer. So to start my slip stitch, just kind of go like that and pull. That does usually give me a really long tail, but that's what is the easiest for me to make it. And then I'm just gonna yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. That's what is making my chain. And I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of chains. Like I said, I don't count. I usually just go based on length. So I'll see you in a second once I get my chains as long as I want. I have this time lapse here to kind of show how long it can really take to crochet. This is 35 times speed, and this is me just making that chain and kind of testing out the lengths to see how long. Alright, so this looks like a good length, so I'm just going to do a couple more chains. Usually when I find the length I like, I do like a couple extra little chains just in case it comes up short when I start making the rest of it. I just want to make sure it's a good length. I'd rather it be a little longer than a little shorter. So I think that should be good. So now I'm going to turn the piece and start crocheting into all my single crochets. Something I'm noticing that I really like about the yarn is that it's not like a blunt switch between colors. It really is like an ombre. So like as I'm crocheting, you don't even really notice the colors changing until you like look back and see like the difference between the start and the where I'm at, which I really like. I feel like a lot of color changing yarns, at least the ones that I've used, are very like blunt changes from like this is dark blue, this is light blue, this is white. Like the one I made already, it's very much two completely different colors right next to each other, where this is like the yarn fades into each other, which I really like. So now I'm going to turn my piece and I'm going to start doing single crochets coming this way. So you see my hook is in this loop, and then there's another loop that loop is in. I'm going to do that second loop just so I don't pull my piece apart. So you just go in, yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. It's a bit hard to see what I'm doing. Then the next stitch, in one loop, over, pull through one, over, pull through both. I'm not gonna lie, I find this second row to be the most difficult row of a project, just because I feel like the tension difference between the chains and the single crochets, and then just, yeah, it's my least favorite row. But I'll be back when I finish it. This row took me an insane amount of time. This row always takes me the longest of the whole project. I always struggle with this, and as you'll see, I had frequent distractions during this row. Oh no. I see a scary monster about to pounce. Might get disrupted. Travis absolutely loves to sit on and play with my yarn, so he was a big obstacle to overcome. Here's the monster. You can't see him, he's just off camera. This is what I deal with when I crochet. Scary monster coming to interrupt my project. He must be camera shy because he somehow perfectly avoided getting on the camera all by himself. Here he comes. But you're gonna get... Okay. He's wrapped in this ball, in this yarn. Step out. Come on, let go. Pick your foot up. He's playing with it off camera now. So as you just saw, I usually have to fight off Travis to keep my yarn available for my crocheting. He loves to sit on it and play with it, and that makes it very difficult for me to continue crocheting. I usually have to kind of throw something on the ground to distract him, to make him go play with that. But this, again, took so long to do this row. I really hate doing this second row, and I know that there's a way to make a foundation chain, and I really think I need to learn how to do that, because having to make a chain and then go back and make a foundation is my least favorite part of crocheting by far. All right, we are coming up on the end of this second row. Just 2 more stitches, it looks like, 2 or 3. I'm gonna finish that up. Finally, this row I feel like takes me the longest of any row. All right, last one is in. Perfect. So there we go. This is the first and second row. This is called the foundation of a crochet, and I'm not gonna lie, this might be a hot take. I do not care about my tension when I crochet. So you could tell that it's not really perfectly straight, and that's because my tension is not even all throughout, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care. In my opinion, it evens out at some point as you're crocheting, and if not, let's be real, it's a handmade piece, so it's not going to be exactly perfect like something you get manufactured. So I'm fine with it being a little bit off because of my tension, especially because I'm not crocheting something in one sitting. So if my tension is off from day to day, I don't want that to bother me and like deter me from wanting to continue crocheting because I can't get it perfect. So now we're going to start our third row. So our third row is going to be a double. So we want to make sure we get up to that height from our loop, and we also want to change directions. So I'm going to chain 2. So this is the same as that first row where you just yarn over, pull through. So chain 2. And that technically is going to act as like the first double crochet. So we have the loops, the loop that they're in, we're gonna skip that loop and go to the second loop. And then, sorry, I was doing a single there. So to do a double, you yarn over, put it into the loop, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So I'll do that again. Let me see if I can get closer. Yarn over, in the loop, yarn over, pull through 1, and then we have 3, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is the start of my third row. So this is where it gets to the point where I don't really have to look to crochet anymore. I don't ever really talk while I crochet, so I'm gonna continue to look for now while I keep going. I feel like that might mess me up. But I am gonna take a pause here. So I actually wanted to get this started because I'm actually going to the movies. I have to leave in like 5 minutes to get there. And like I said I think it was in my whips, like I said in that video, I like to crochet while I'm at the movies. And since these first 2 rows, in my opinion, are the most difficult for me, so like getting not that the chain is difficult, but you want to make sure it's the right length for whatever you're making. And then I do find that second row the most difficult. I wanted to have those done before the movie, so I'm not focusing on my crocheting. I could just watch the movie and crochet. And also because I do kind of need the light for that second row. So obviously I wanted to do that at home so I don't have to worry about it being dark in the movie theater. So I will see you at the movie theater. We're gonna continue our piece, but I'm just gonna show a little progress. So obviously we're about 3 or 4 stitches into our 3rd row before the movie. So I'll see you there. I love crocheting at the movies. It's one of my favorite places to crochet. It really keeps me focused on the movie and weirdly focused on my crocheting too. So I love bringing this with me on the go just so I can make some progress and also stay focused on whatever I'm watching. Don't worry though, I only recorded during the previews, not during the actual movie. And here is a progress update for how much I got through during the movie. I believe this is when I watched Send Help. Alright, hi everyone, crocheting on the go, and I have made a decision. I don't love how the pattern's coming out, going like long ways, so I decided to cut, and I'm going to start doing it the other way, so it'll be the shorter way. So I'll give a little update video when I do some of it, just so you can kind of see what I mean. So right now I'm doing the length, and I think it would look better if I do the width with this pattern. And unfortunately with this yarn, it's getting really tangled in itself, so I couldn't frog it, so I just had to kind of cut and I'll restart. So I'll show you a little update when I do the new way, just so you see what I mean. Alright, so here's a little update after I started crocheting. I think this way was definitely the move. It's going to end up being almost like a striped pattern now, so I'll definitely check in a little bit with some more progress. Just a quick color update on my scarf. So you can see right here, I actually finished the first skein and I added on the second skein. Yep, I just changed the color, added in. I just did a couple of stitches just to make sure it was all in. I also noticed that I guess I started adding stitches back because I kind of got like an hourglass shape going here. So I'll definitely try and correct that when I block and then before I add the border. Oh yeah, just an update starting on skein 2 for my scarf. Popping in for another update. So I've gotten about this far from the last you saw, and if you can't tell, this is very wonky. So if you follow me on TikTok or watch any of my shorts or even seen any of my Whip Wednesdays, you'll probably know that I took a decent hiatus from this project from the last clip until now. So this, I don't know what's wrong. I think it's because of the tension with the yarn and just like the different texture of the yarn that I'm used to, that I keep dropping and picking up stitches somehow, because it was like I was decreasing and then I increased and then I started decreasing again, and I've been pretty steady. So I got very frustrated with this project and took a decent hiatus. I'm at a point where I just kind of want to get it over with though, so I can kind of stop having this in the back of my head as needing to be done. But I just wanted to do a check-in that this is where I'm at. It's not looking too pretty. I really hope that blocking will be able to save this when I finish, but that's where I'm at. The clip from the most recent clip you just saw to now has probably been like a month and a half, if not 2 months. So I took a decent amount of time off from this, but I'm ready to come back to it. Hopefully I could keep it one, length for the rest of it and stop dropping and picking up stitches. But I have this much left. of this skein, and I will check back in when this is done, or if it gets to like a good length before then, I'll check back in. But I'll probably finish out this skein, check in, see where it's at, and show you guys the process for my blocking. So see you guys then. I'm back. I have the scarf at a good length. I thought I was being really consistent with the remainder of this project, but I don't know. I feel like it looks like it got thinner at some point. I don't know how. I was paying such close attention, but I don't know. I feel like it got thinner in some way. But this is basically the final product. So since I wanted this to kind of be like a scarf that can also go over my head, I do think it's at a good length. And I actually think it kind of works out that this part is a little bit bigger than the skinny part. So I think it works out for what I wanted. I have this much left. And I honestly don't think I'm going to do a border. I think I'm going to leave it like with the raw edge because I don't know. I just feel like this isn't going to look good with a border. And I feel like I kind of want to embrace the wonkiness of this scarf. I feel like that's the only way it kind of makes sense, because if I put a border on this, I just think it would not look good. I think it would look kind of messy because it is that ombre, it would kind of go back to how it was at the beginning where I didn't really like the long way striping. So I think I'm going to leave it like this. And also, I know I said I was going to try and save this with blocking, but I think I like that this is bigger than this. So I think I'm literally going to leave it just like this. I don't think I'm going to block it at all. I don't think it needs it. It's very stretchy on its own. And I don't think I need to change the shape of this. So I actually think I'm done with it, which is kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting to kind of finish so like abruptly. I was expecting to kind of take a little bit longer on this. So yeah, I'm done. It's all finished. Kind of reflecting back on this project, I started watching the clips that I first started making for this, and I said like this is the first project of the channel, and I kind of find that funny now because while this is the first project I started on the channel, I've started and finished multiple projects since then. And I feel like even though it's only been a few months since I started this, I've grown already as a crocheter. So I think this project will be a really good reminder of kind of where I started in my, learning to be a better crocheter journey. And while it didn't go the way I wanted, I mean, we started with a completely different project than what we're ending with. And I took that big giant hiatus, I think this is a really good representation of where I started and where I'm going with my crocheting, and kind of a good learning experience that even though I am a good crocheter and I don't have to look while I'm crocheting, sometimes there's different yarn textures that kind of require more attention, and even if I could do the stitch without looking, that doesn't mean I could do the project without looking. So I'm proud of myself. This didn't turn out how I wanted, but it's still usable. It still can be a cute little scarf in the winter. It'll still keep me warm even if it doesn't look perfect. So that is it. I'm just going to tie this off, and then obviously I'm not going to use this until the winter. Ironically, I'm finishing this on the hottest day of the year so far. I think it was in the 90s all day, but come summertime, I'll have a nice cozy scarf to wear, and you will definitely be seeing it in videos in the winter. Thank you guys so much for watching. My first project that I started on the channel, definitely not the first one that I finished, but I've come a long way since I started this. See you guys next time. Bye.